Welcome to a new installment I like to call Tech Tuesday, or Tech Talk, or Tech with Gilly. I'm still not sure yet. I posted a poll on Twitter where I asked you guys to blindly vote between numbers 1, 2, and 3 to decide what type of video we would make next. Thank God you didn't choose 3. And so here we are, tech. So today we're talking about sliders, and there's so many uses for sliders that I don't think a lot of us realize. They make the shot look really, really cool. And that is if you're looking for a cinematic type of shot and it has a very precise linear motion. As you know, motion can bring a lot of interest to your shot, especially when you're trying to do a reveal or if you're shooting some scenery or an establishing shot. Let me show you what I mean. The shots you just saw came from this particular slider, which is a slider made by a company called Kamerar. This is Kamerar's 31-inch motion slider. So it has this counterweighted wheel that helps you get a really smooth and fluid motion from one end of the slider to the other. And what's nice about it is it only takes a second to set up. Now it doesn't come with a ball head or anything like that, so you'll have to put your own on here. Let me show you the specific things about this slider that are really cool. When you're using it on a flat surface like a tabletop or a countertop, you can fine-tune the level by just unscrewing these, laying the legs out flat or standing them up taller. And to go even further, you can unscrew these legs a bit more just to find that perfect level. You also notice the feet are really soft rubber, so they're not gonna slide or anything. They actually grip really well to the surface. I mean, sliders are pretty basic. They slide, but this one is driven by belt. So when you turn the crank, the gear in the crankshaft actually drives the belt, which is attached to the sled, so it pulls the sled from one end to the other. Now, let's assume you don't always have a tabletop or surface to set this thing on. On the bottom of each end is a 1/4 and a 3/8 inch screw, so you can attach 2 different tripods to either end, or the center, and pretty much put this thing anywhere. Alright, so there you have it. That is the slider in action. I mean, this thing can flip, extend, spin, mount. It has a leveling indicator, locking knobs so it can't just freely slide up and down the rails, and of course slide. But what it can't do is break down in such a way that makes it easy to carry with you. Could you imagine packing this whole thing in a bag? It's an extra whole case. For a traveling filmmaker, it's a little cumbersome to carry around with you. And it also cannot drive itself, which is super important for someone like me who I constantly am trying to make videos of myself, the vlogs, and it would be really cool to have these shots of me, but I can't drive it and be in the shot at the same time, which is where another piece of gear coming very soon is gonna come in real handy. So that's pretty much it, guys. The Kamerar fluid motion slider is a really great tool. I think the quality and the build of it is excellent. Only 2 cons to mention. So for that, I would highly recommend this slider if you're trying to up your cinema shot game. Alright my friends, that's gonna about do it for this one. I wanna say thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you made it to the end, make sure you smack that like button. Hit subscribe if you aren't already, and make sure notifications are on. And I will see you very soon.